Hi there, it's Mike from Party 4 Crafts back again. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to use Inkscape to access the swirls and hearts that are included in some of the fonts. Those special characters are called glyphs, and I'll show you how to access them and use them in a project. So first thing you want to do, you'll have to go and download the font. So the font that I'm going to be using today is called Hello Honey, and it's free for personal use. But if you're going to use it for anything commercial, then you have to buy a commercial license for it. That's fair. They put a lot of time and effort into making these fonts. Another question that I hear often is, why don't my fonts show up in Inkscape? Don't forget, to get the font to show up in Inkscape, when you install it, you right-click on it, and you have to click Install for all users. Don't just double-click it to install it or drag it into the Fonts folder. For some reason, it doesn't show up in Inkscape unless you do Install for all users. So to access the glyphs, the first thing you have to do is find the character map on your computer. So if you just type in CHAR into the search bar and click on character map, you can see all of the characters within a font. But really, that's too many characters to go through. So to filter it down, first thing, if you go to Group By and go down to Unicode Subrange, this pop-up comes up. And then if you scroll all the way down to Private Use Characters, you'll be able to see here's each letter with the heart after it. Here's each letter with the lead-in swirl, and here's each letter with the lead out. So if we're going to use it to make a heart in between the S and the L here, then we need an S with a heart connected to the L, and then a lead-in A and a lead-out E. So what I need to do, let's do the heart first. So I'll find the S with the heart. So it's hard to see, it's so small, and I don't know how to make this bigger. It won't let you drag the corners, or I can't hit that to make it bigger. But this is the S, and so if I click on it and click select, it shows up in this characters to copy part, and then I click copy. And then I can come back here into Inkscape and highlight this S with the text tool, and then paste, and it replaces that S with the S with the heart. There's an extra space in there with the L, but once I delete that, now they're touching, they look like they're connected. Later on, we'll have to union them to make sure that they're connected, but for now, that looks pretty good. Now I need a lead-in A, so I'll go back to my character map. These are the lead-in letters, and so I will go, here's the lead-in A, so I need to delete this one first, or it'll copy them both. Select the lead-in A, copy it, go back to Inkscape, and paste it, and there's a lead-in A. Now I need the lead out E. I go out tab to get back to the character map. And here, A, B, C, D, E. So delete the lead in A, select the lead out E, copy it, come back to Inkscape, and paste it. Now that's it. We have the lead in, the heart, the lead out, everything looks lined up. So the next step is to convert this to path, because otherwise where the letters overlap, if you put this into a Glowforge, it won't engrave that portion where they overlap. So you'll have white spots on all of your letters. In order to fix that, you have to go path, object to path. And then now when I press F2 or select the edit nodes by path arrow, you can see each one, you can hover over it, and it has the nodes there because it's been converted to a path. So if I hold down Shift while I click each one of these, and go up to Path Union, now they're all one path, and there's no overlap, so I won't have any issue with putting these into the Glowforge. The next thing I want to do is I want to make an outline around this, like I'm making a keychain or an ornament or a sign or something like that. So I'll choose the F1 arrow and Control D to duplicate it. Now I have two of them. They're right on top of each other, so you can't see them. And then I'm going to choose Path and Dynamic Offset. I do it again. If you don't click on it first, sometimes it doesn't come up. So there's this white diamond here, and you grab that and pull it open until it's as thick as you want your outline to be. And then I turn the fill off by clicking the little X down here, give it an outline by shift clicking on a color, and there it is. Now I have the outline. But if I zoom in a bit, you can see there's still all these little things inside of here that I don't want. So first thing I do is convert that to a path so that I get the nodes back, and then I can go in and delete each one of these things that I don't want. I missed a couple there. So go in, there's some here. There's some here, and you'll start to see some like this one right here. I can't tell if that's the tip of this or if it's one by itself, but to me it looks like it's one by itself. And now that I got rid of one, you can see it definitely is. I'll get rid of that. There's some stray ones over here. Get rid of all those. And these. Go over here and see if there's any more. That looks pretty good. Do I see any weird spots? There's a weird spot right there. So let me zoom in on that so you can see better what I'm seeing. There's just a lump, a twist there. And when I zoom in on it, I can delete those. I don't need those. And now it's gone. So that's smooth. It looks like maybe there's something there and something there. So, yep. I didn't see those the first time. So those are gone now. Don't see anything else. But if I was making this for a customer, I would zoom even farther in and just make absolutely sure that none of these extra ones in here, these piled on top of each other, if those are extra nodes. So now let's say you wanted to turn this into a keychain, you'd have to, at one end or the other, you'd have to add a hole to put the keychain loop through. So to do that, you just take a circle, hold down Control while you drag the circle to make it a perfect circle. And put that where you want it. Like Control D that. And then dynamic offset to make it smaller, because I'm going to make the hole for it now. And because I did that, I could have just grabbed the arrow and made it smaller, but then it wouldn't be centered. Then I have to go back and do the alignment. But this way, it's perfectly centered. I could just click those two, path exclusion, and now it's a hole in the center of a circle instead of just a circle. Put that out here. Click that one, shift click that one, and go path union. That didn't do exactly what I wanted. So I'll undo that. And so I'll undo again, go back to where I had two separate circles, and I'm going to union that with that before I combine them. And now I'll take this one and do path exclusion to make the hole. So there it is. There's a keychain with the heart in the center, and now you could cut out the red and engrave the black and have a beautiful keychain there. All right, thanks for joining me. I hope that helps you out. And something happened there. I see another weird part that I didn't even notice before. Right here, this is all messed up. So you need to get rid of that node and then drag these back in. I'm just going to get rid of all of these and then straighten this out. Just get rid of that one too. So that's much better. Okay. Once again, thanks for joining me. Subscribe if you want to see when a new video comes out. And I thank you for joining me. And let me know in the comments if there are any other topics that you'd like to see.